we're going to be together for the next hour or so. So I'd love to be able to get to know each other. I am happy to know some of you, but we have the opportunity to. Sorry, I'm supposed to speak here. Yeah, you're getting broadcasted worldwide. So
yeah, you're good.
I just stand here. I want to be closer to you, but this is where I need to stand. So my name is MarlyQ Casanova, and I'm the proud founder of Park Project and the creator of the 5K Park Fest. And I'm really grateful you all chose to come and join us here today to learn a little bit more about the event and how you could really use this to raise money and awareness for your cause. So before we jump into anything, I'd love to acknowledge my husband and the co-founder of Park Project and the 5K Park Fest, Bert Casanova. And Max Casina is our sponsor from One Payment, who sponsored our breakfast today. So thank you, Max. Yeah.
Clap for the team, we don't clap for Bert. Horrible. No, I'm kidding.
No, we don't wake up.
And I'd also really love to acknowledge Naomi Rouse here from the Center for Social Change for hosting us and helping us to coordinate all of this. So thank you, Naomi. Do you want to grab a seat for a little bit? I'm going to have you roll it up again, that way you can be comfortable. And I have this extra seat, which I'm not going to use. So roll it up, sit here. Okay. So that's who we are. I'd love to be able to kind of go around round robin and learn a little bit about who you are. Just say your name, what your nonprofit is, and what your cause, and maybe what brings you here today, what you'd like to receive from our time together. So I would love to start with, I'm left-handed.
Hi everyone, my name is Carly. I'm Vice President of the Young Professionals Board of Alphabet International. We aim to eradicate the human suffering of illiteracy around the world. I actually just got back from a mission trip to Peru, and I came back completely eye-opened and inspired because it changed me spiritually, emotionally, seeing firsthand how the suffering of illiteracy affects so many people. And my goal as a young professional is to be able to communicate my message among other people who are young professionals, students, and just young adults in order to make a difference in the world.
Well, thank you. She might have practiced that, so no pressure. No pressure.
We're practicing on the elevator.
Good. I was like, that's pretty good. You were prepared.
So Louis Estrada, I'm the publisher of the Gables Living publication. I'm also part of the board for Alphabet, and happy to be here. I was the one that introduced the Alphabet 5K, the Park Fest, and I think it's going to be a great project for us to grow not only awareness of what Alphabet is and what we do, but also to bring people out to participate.
Participate. I love it. You all learn the language very, very, very so great. Thanks.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Raquel Cruz, and I am the college advisor at Hialeah Miami Senior High. I met Marly this year. She came to visit our school to be principal for the day, and she was sharing with me what her vision is or what she's doing, and I'm like, you're the person I need to speak to because we do have a lot of students at our school that need scholarships, and it's not necessarily the high achieving ones that I want to meet, but I have a lot of kids from the inner city schools that miss out, and so I wanted to find a way to bring scholarships into the school, so I'm going to use this venue as a platform to begin.
Beautiful. And we're both HML alums.
Hi everyone, my name is Ingrid Gonzalez. I am with Casa Valentina. Essentially what we do is we provide affordable housing and we teach intensive life skills to former foster youth who are aging out of the system. So our goal is to make sure that they are set so that when they leave our care and foster care as well, that they are thriving independent adults.
Stage is yours.
Co-founder and the co-chair of Thumbs Up Interact. What we do is we pair able-bodied and disabled in athletic events such as 5Ks and even done in Ireland.
So I hasn't pleaded an onion.
The purpose is to show you can do anything you want to do with a team. And we are strong to schools, Pleasant Street, your school, inspire kids, and that helps a lot. Thank you.
And Carrie Gerson is our Park Spirit Cup champion from our event last year. She totally embodies the spirit of kindness and our mission, and has totally changed my attitude about what's possible, and changing our mindset about limitations and what we've gone through. So, I mean, I could just give you a whole workshop to hear her story. Thank you, Carrie.
Well, I'm not that cool.
You are super cool. Stan, tell us who you are.
So, my name is Jeff Hawley. I'm with Miami-Dade County. We, in the Office of Grants Coordination, so we allocate resources, financial resources, to 250 some odd nonprofits in town. So I'm just here to learn more about the event in hopes that perhaps I could, help spread the word or get other folks involved.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. You give money away to other nonprofits in my book? Super cool. Super cool.
Good morning. My name is Myra Martinez. I'm the founder of Occasional Closet. It's a nonprofit that honors high school students with an ultimate prom experience. So they're hardworking students, and basically we work with the activities director to see who's worthy of this experience, and in turn they give back to the community and get involved with a program called Senior Moments, which is a program that connects senior high school students with senior citizens and mimics high school activities. So we're going to use the 5K Park Fest as a way to help raise funding to be able to continue these programs, and that's pretty much it in a nutshell.
Yay! Myra is also part of our Park Action Team, which is our volunteer committee of amazing community leaders and volunteers that help us to put this event on and help to manage it. So Myra is going to be helping out with our volunteer aspect of the event, which the entire event is ran by 100+ volunteers. So it's not, that's it. That's it. Awesome. Thank you. Please, Scott.
I'm a therapist. I work with youth outreach and communities. I'm here just to listen, to share. I would like to have something, maybe with mentoring, youth, their employment. So I'm just,
Sorry.
yeah, how to go about it.
Beautiful. Beautiful. I hope we give you some ideas today.
My name is Raquel Hickey, and I'm the Director of Development for Outlet International. I brought Louis onto our board. We know each other through our service in the Coral Gables Chamber, and he's the one during the board think tank that came up with the idea of the 5K, and our board is embracing it. And there's a lot of things, and I'm excited, and I have some ideas, maybe for joint sponsorship. My husband works for Spirit Air. And since this is something that will, encompass different charities, and they love to have a running team, I want to talk to you a little bit about it.
Thank you.
My name is Sabrina Diz, and I'm the Assistant Director for A Chance for Therapy, or Act for Me. It's a nonprofit that awards grants to children who suffer disabilities due to neurological disorders. And the reason I was interested in Park Fest is because we're located in Key Biscayne. Our office is located in Key Biscayne. So we're down the street, and I've directed 5Ks in the past, and there is so many funds, and they're so needed in the community. And I'd love to be a part of it, and for our organization to be a part of the festivities.
Thank you.
Hi guys, my name is Camila. I go by Cami. I'm an undergrad at FIU. So generally I don't really have like a nonprofit that I really stick with. So I'm kind of doing a little bit of everything. But I do have a passion for like fundraising and philanthropy. So I'm hoping to get something out of it. She's like my mentor. So.
I know you're popular today, Ken.
Good morning, my name is Evan Vasco. I'm the project manager for Hands in Miami. We inspire, equip, and mobilize volunteers to create positive change in the community. And as my alternate ego or bizarre world me, I run the chapter of the Mission Continues Miami, which is a group of veterans that go out into the community and create positive change as well.
Beautiful.
My name is Humberto Casanova. I'm the co-founder of Park Project, and I'm very excited that everybody's in this room and are interested in Black Day Park Fest, and we look forward to talking to you some more after the event.
Thank you. I need your help with the events. You know, this slide. Put a chair there. My friend.
Oh, okay.
This is so back there. Camera behind the camera.
Hi, everybody. My name is Derek. I'm with Virtual Relief. We use virtual reality to visit patients in hospitals and make them their moods better, them feel better, have an enjoyable experience. Somebody stuck in a hospital room, I can transport them to the magic of virtual reality to the beach. Or if it's somebody younger who wants a more fun experience, a roller coaster, a movie theater, whatever. So we use virtual reality and volunteers and equipment to transport people from where they are to where they would like to be. So thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
Do you do special events and stuff?
Yeah. Naomi, please introduce
Oh, yes, hi. So hi, my name is Naomi Ross, and I work for this space itself. For how many of you is this the first time that you're here? Oh, awesome. Yay. Well, welcome. So this space is a co-working space for nonprofits and social entrepreneurs. We have awesome programs like this, which are here for today. We're expanding in this building. Right now we have almost 40 organizations, and by the end of the year I expect we'll be able to house like 75. So just come talk to me if you want some more information about where you are. And I'm so glad Marley is here, and I'm hoping to get like a C4SC team together, so we'll see what happens.
Like that? I like it. Last but not least, my friend.
My name is Max Casino. I'm with One Payment. Either you deal with credit cards or you don't, but either way, you're probably going through this anyway. We're a company called First Data. We're the largest in the country, and I specialize with nonprofits and charities. And what I do is I help charities and nonprofits give me the business card giving to them, and we donate back to that specific charity or nonprofit, whoever they direct us to. And so we've been working with Park. Park actually kind of started this program up. We have Miami Youth Baseball. We have several different nonprofits we work with now. And so our goal is to help you guys raise money by using the network you already have. And so what we do is you give us a lead, we give back in the name of the merchant back to you guys. So all we are is just a gateway to help you guys raise money. I come from a nonprofit. That's actually how we met. I love nonprofits, and so this is where my heart is. And so my goal really is to help you guys be successful. So we know that raising money is probably the hardest thing to do as a nonprofit. We just want to be a part to help you.
Max is super special. You know, I'm sorry, everyone's super special about Max, and our story is kind of funny because hey, Oliver wants to introduce him, so.
This is our puppy in residence. If he's bothering anyone, just let me know. I'll take him out.
So Max and I and Bert, we actually met at a bar. But this is not a joke. This is a story. We met at a bar, and we're talking about his faithful home services and his nonprofit. And from this conversation, we were collecting, toys for the upcoming holiday season. He says, "Oh, I can get you, maybe some bikes and some toys. Like, let's do this." I'm like, "Okay." We wanted to collect 2 toys for, a few deserving kids in the community that needed it. We ended up collecting like thousands and thousands of toys, and we are now this year will be our 6th awesome toy drive that we worked on, and it got sparked up at a bar talking about it. So thank you, Max is super special. Let me see, I'll come to the next one. I don't know how you can turn the glasses. Thank you, I'm so glad. I'm so grateful. So, we already started, we already heard some of our language, so you're gonna learn a few new words today. Okay? First is thank you for being the spark. And the SPARK is an acronym for someone that performs acts of random kindness. Everyone that's in this room came here for a different reason, possibly, but we're all here right now, and it is a beautiful, kind act to learn from one another and see how we can help each other out. I truly believe that kindness and being of service to one another is what makes this entire world move. So thank you all for being the spark. And we're here to chat with you, we'll figure out, like by the 7th slide, we'll have a rhythm. Thank you guys. So first, for those of you that don't know, Park Project is a 501c3 nonprofit organization that we founded, my husband and I, in 2010. It started off as a birthday party for a cause. My birthday is September 8th. This year, we will be celebrating our 6th-year anniversary. And I'm so happy that you shared that you also, you're a veteran yourself?
Right.
So thank you for your service, first and foremost. Can we give them a round of applause for that? And our first 5K, our first launch party, it was a birthday party at Grand Central. If anyone's familiar with the venue down in Miami, downtown. We shut that place down, and under, just a few months, we threw this birthday party. About 300 people came, and it was all to share this message, this idea that we came up with, this acronym, that we wish to spread kindness through events and through the things that we do. Personally, I've been an event producer for the last 17 years here in Miami-Dade County. I went to Hialeah Miami-Dade Senior High, actually graduated with maybe 5,000 hours of community service. So once I got that service bug, it has not stopped my entire life. When I graduated and went to FIU, I actually started the FIU Relay for Life. Is there anyone that's not familiar with Relay for Life in the American Cancer Society? Sure. So Relay for Life is arguably the most successful fundraising event ever created. It's created by one person, a doctor in 1983 or 85, I forget right now. And he decided to run around a track and ask people for donation in order to donate this money to the American Cancer Society. And that one spark turned into a team-oriented event that is now a global event. Anywhere you go in the world, Relay for Life is, in essence, the same event anywhere you go. And it's all to raise money for the American Cancer Society, and also really to celebrate life and survivorship. And as a teenager, I was very inspired by that. And I said to myself, one day I want to create an event that helps make a difference in the world. And I share that with you because now the FIU Relay for Life just celebrated its 12th year, and it's raised over $1 million in the fight against cancer. It is the largest student-run philanthropic event in all of Florida, and this was something that was started by one person. Not to boast or get all this credit at all, but it takes one person to be the spark and say, hey, I have an idea, and willing to go and share it with other people, and willing to knock on doors and say, hey, join me in this cause. So I share that with you just to give you a little bit of background of who I am, where my roots come from, and how this started. Okay, so our mission is very simple. Our mission is to spread this message, perform acts of random kindness worldwide. And I've chosen to do that personally in my profession through events. I create events that help people, or that inspire people to participate, come together, and do something good for the community. Okay? Next slide, please. So our vision is also an acronym. If you see or you follow us, you always see We Park. And yes, that means We Park, we perform acts of random kindness, but it's also an acronym for our vision statement, which is a world where everyone performs acts of random kindness. I actually wrote this vision down in 2004 as a student at FIU. I was in a leadership conference, and I was asked if I had the power to create the world that I wish to create, what would that look like? And obviously I shortened it up afterwards, and I got real smart with acronyms, but in a nutshell, this was the mission. It was, I wish to create a world where everyone is kind and of service to one another. So that's in essence who we are and the foundation and our mission. So if you don't follow us already, here's our social media on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, We Park. It's really easy to join this movement. As a matter of fact, whether you know it or not, you are already part of the movement to spread kindness worldwide. Good morning. Come on in. I wanted to make sure to acknowledge you. Would you like to say who you are?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Hi, everyone. My name is...
I want to put you on the spot.
Okay. Well, hi, everyone. My name is Jacqueline Rojas. I work for the U.S. Fund for UNICEF as a Community Engagement Fellow here in Miami.
Thank you for joining us. You couldn't leave her out, and I felt so uncomfortable. Thank you. So in order to be a part of the movement, like I said, it's very simple. When you perform an act of random kindness, which you do every single day, what I ask you is to be open and aware of the fact that you are performing an act of random kindness, or that it's happening all around you at every moment. And you have the power now, especially, to take a picture, take a video, to document it, to share it. And when you do, hashtag WePark, and it is automatically a part of this bigger conversation. So I invite you all to be a part of it. But the reason that we are here today is to chat about our signature event, which is the 5K Park Fest. We are so happy. This year, our event is presented by the Office Depot Foundation, which one of their strategic focuses is to build capacity for nonprofits. So knowing this, I approached them with our event, which is a capacity building vehicle for nonprofits, said, hey, we have the perfect initiative for you to sponsor. And they not only got excited about sponsoring this here in South Florida, they see the potential of us being able to grow this nationwide, following, in essence, that same model of replicating this event for other communities to use. And we've created this event in a box, so to speak, that every single community can embrace as their own. Just to take it back for a moment, the 5K Park Fest actually started in 2011, a year after we launched. Were you there? Saying yes, you were there. I love that. So, and the reason why I wanted to share this was to circle back to the veteran conversation. The very first cause that inspired me personally to park and create an event for the community was our servicemen and women. In 2011 was the 10th anniversary of 9/11. I used to, before I started my business, I used to work for the city of Doral as a special events coordinator. And I'm in the city, and I know that it's the home to the United States Southern Command headquarters, which is the military base. It is home to Miami-Dade Fire Rescue Headquarters, Miami-Dade Police Department headquarters, and dozens of veteran organizations. And I look around, and here we are celebrating the 10th anniversary of 9/11. There's no event, none, in our community that commemorated this day in any kind of positive way. I realize this is a very tragic day in our history. But what about creating an event that inspired people to park and celebrate and thank and remember our servicemen and women, the people that ran towards, the tragedy for us. And I live with a lot of gratitude for our servicemen and women, not just our military and our veterans, but our police, our firefighters, the people that every single day make a choice to park for us. And it was a very thankless job. So I decided to create the 5K Freedom Run and Park Festival in 2011. We produced that event in under 3 months with zero budget, with zero committee, with nothing. Naomi, which she just stepped out, but Naomi was part of our very first park action team. And to say we bootstrapped this is like very generous. We made this happen. And we were able to inspire about 600 participants that first year, and we donated $13,000 to 5 local nonprofits that were specifically for our servicemen and women. The Police Officers Assistance Trust, Miami-Dade Firefighter Charities, Building Home for Heroes, Miami VA Fisher House, and one more that right now I'm forgetting. It'll come back to me. Anyhow, we did that for 2 years in a row, and then we realized in 2013, we've got something here. We've got something very special and something very powerful. Let's change this up. And Bert put on his business hat and said, we've got to make this into a business, something that we can replicate, something that can be sustainable, and something that can help the greatest number of people. So we decided, instead of telling people what cause to park for, to challenge people to park for whatever cause you care about. And immediately changing that question, saying how can we help more people, we were able to change our event from the 5K Freedom Run and Park Festival for our servicemen and women to now the 5K Park Fest, the first of its kind event created to help all nonprofits, all schools, all churches, all civic organizations, any philanthropic entity can use the power of the 5K Park Fest to raise money and awareness for their cause. So we're going to get into how that works, right? You want to know how it works? I have to tell you the story a little bit, so thank you for going through the journey with me. First and foremost, what is the 5K Park Fest? It's important for you to know that it is not a timed 5K. That's first and foremost. It is not your traditional timed 5K. The 5K Park Fest is a unique festival that provides an easy way to raise money and awareness for your cause while inspiring people to perform acts of random kindness. I started off by saying our mission is to inspire people in our community and worldwide to park for whatever cause they care about. And The way that it works is you register. I'm sorry, I'll get to that slide. So who it benefits, which I went over, is definitely nonprofit organizations, specifically the startup, small, mid-sized, large guys could really, really benefit from this event. Schools, colleges, universities, private, public, charter schools, all of the clubs and organizations within these schools, the athletic programs, the band program, any fundraising need can use this event. Civic organizations and faith-based organizations, even hospitals, municipalities, even Miami-Dade County and the Parks Department. There's a lot of fundraising groups within these categories, but most of all, our community as a whole benefits, right? If we are able to create something that empowers and helps you to achieve your mission, the number of people that we're helping is almost immeasurable, and that at least gets me out of bed in the morning and gets me really excited to do all this work. So definitely our community benefits. The impact. This is our 3rd annual 5K Park Fest, by the way. In essence, it's our 5th event, because we did the 2 that were just, the 5K Freedom Runner Park Festival. But this year is the 3rd annual 5K Park Fest, and our impact has been $40,000 for 100+ charities in just 2 years. This is totally volunteer driven. So these numbers, these numbers are a big deal to me and to us to have been able to make this amount of impact in just 2 years. And these are some of the organizations. And our inaugural event was November of 2014, and we did it in the city of Miami Beach, North Beach, by the band shell. That's when I met Carrie. She finished line and won 1st place in your age category. I know we danced this, I remember. And our first event only had about 400 people, but we were still able to make an impact for 58 local nonprofits and schools, some of which are listed here. And we were able to donate a little bit, just a little bit of money that first year. We could do so much more. There was a lot of factors into this. We had 6 weeks to promote. It was the coldest day in Miami's history. You remember this? Imagine going to a 5K and we have like scarves and people have sweaters. It was just, that's why I had 400 people. But anyways, we digress. It was a great first year event. The 2nd annual event, we went ahead and we moved to historic Virginia Key Beach Park, which I'm so excited about hosting our event there because the park is managed by a trust, which is a nonprofit. So immediately, actually the director of the park participated in our inaugural event. He's like, hey, this is a pretty great event. Let me talk to Marty and see if maybe we can host this at our park. He never reached out to me. I had no idea that this person was at our event. I'm meeting with commissioners, I'm meeting with people in Key Biscayne, and they're like, hey, you really need to reach out to Guy Forshaw from Historic Virginia Key Beach Park. I do so, and the man ends up telling me he participated in the event, and I got really excited about coincidences in life, but it was beautiful. And our 2nd year event more than doubled in size with about 800 participants, and we tripled the impact. So we donated just a little under $30,000 last year to 66 causes in schools. That, to me, is super exciting. And this year, our goal is to raise over $100,000 for every charity that we possibly want to participate. The partnership here is we focus on the event so that you can focus on your cause. So the better job we do and the better job you guys help us do to spread the word to our community of nonprofits, the more people we can help. Okay, we haven't spent any money on marketing at all. This has all been word of mouth. So we're really excited about our goal this year, over $100,000, and you guys are going to be a part of that, so I hope you're excited too. So how does it work? It's super easy. You can fundraise for your cause in one of 2 ways. You can start a team, or you can join a team, and you can have multiple teams for your cause, okay? And there's a $40 registration fee, and half of that, $20, goes right back to your cause per person on your team. And there's live participants, and we also have virtual participants. People that can't come, no, right? Sorry guys, yes. We have virtual, especially over here, it's like virtual, what? Awesome. So we have virtual participation this year as well, which means we are going to have for the first time a team in Atlanta, in Ohio, in New York, in California, which are all friends of ours that live in other places. Now they get to participate virtually. Start a team, they would still pay their $40, half goes straight to their cause. They just wouldn't be here in South Florida, physically here, but they'll be participating anywhere in the world. Because the purpose of the 5K Park Fest isn't to run stay on this slide, sorry, isn't to run a 5-kilometer race. It's kindness over kilometers. And the purpose is to perform these 5 acts of kindness that day. And you can do that virtually anywhere. And take pictures and use the hashtag, and you can be a part of it. And if I can figure out this Periscope thing, maybe we can like live stream the whole event or something. We can figure that out. That goes past my head, but everything's possible. Okay? And in addition to the half that we donate back, every participant can donate on top of that when they go to checkout. So they can donate an extra $10, $20, $100, and that goes straight back to your cause, minus a credit card transaction fee, the processing fee. Okay? And when do you get your check? That's important to know about right after the event. I think it's like 4 to 6 weeks or 6 to 8 weeks. Can you go back to the slide before? Yeah, 4 to 6 weeks after the event, we'll be able to cut the check straight to your organization. Okay, in case you're asking now. Please, next slide. Thank you. So in case you're asking yourself, where does the other $20 go? Well, it goes to producing the 5K Park Quiz for you, right? How many people in this room have produced a 5K before? And those of you that have produced it, you know, it's a lot of work, right? But most nonprofit organizations, most people have no clue what it takes to do a 5K.
Is this a sanctioned race, by the way?
What is that? What do you mean?
That they can count towards people that participate in 5Ks? Do you know that if it's
No, it's not.
It's got to be like a USA.
yeah, it's not like Footworks in South Miami.
Gotcha,
That's
like if it
what
tracks it to it.
Yeah.
So this year we decided, in the past, our 5K has been a timed, certified, USA, track and field, all of that. But what we realized is that our community
Doesn't care.
doesn't care, and that saves us $6,000.
Yeah. Yeah.
In a nutshell.
I'm just
Yes. Thank you for asking.
This is for fun.
Thank you for asking. This is totally for fun. If you are into running a 5K, there it is. Go.
Yay.
Have your Fitbit. Do what you got to do. Go run. But the rest of us will be having a nice walk, and they'll be or a jog, whatever you want. And there's 5 different stations along the course where you will perform a different act of random kindness. So really, the purpose is to bring our community together to participate. What actually happens, next slide please, what actually happens at the 5K Park Fest, Carrie, that's you, see you? That's you. Okay, so what actually happens at the 5K Park Fest, okay? If you haven't noticed already, I'm really all about having fun and bringing people together through events and doing something good while we're together. So first, like I said, the 5K Park Fest is not a timed 5K. This is an all-day family fun community festival, and it is jam-packed with PARKtivities. PARKtivities, not activities, PARKtivities. I got an email the other day that said, Marley, I was writing to my boss and I said participate. So it'll start, it'll be in your system very soon.
You're going to have to do dictionaries.
It'll be, yeah, this is my goal, to be in the dictionary one day. They have all these other like words in there. I can make it. I don't know how, but I'm going to do it. So we'll make that happen. So we kick things off at 11 a.m. With a ton of nonstop PARKtivities through 6 p.m. The actual 5K part happens at the end of the event. After our official welcome, which we're going to do our official Miami welcome at 3:05 p.m. That doesn't mean that's when you get there. That just means that's probably going to be like the height of human beings there, so we'll kick it off at 3:05 p.m. Okay, and then the 5K will do a warm-up, and the 5K will be afterwards, and we will end the event with a really awesome awards presentation, which, can I share? I'm going to share. Okay, really quick, I have to share. So, one of instead of giving all of our participants a medal, when you go, can you get a medal? This year, we're going to be able to give everyone a Park Project Challenge coin. And we don't have them with us because we are working on launching this, and it's going to be super exciting for the event. But these coins are engraved with our message of challenge coins, in essence, inspired by the military, because our very first event, the Commander-in-Chief came and gave me this big one. And I didn't even know what the significance of this was. And he's thanking me for creating this event, and I'm like, I created this to thank you, please. I don't want, there's cameras, I'm like, I don't want to. Now I'm on Periscope, I'm like, hey, now it's okay. But I was a little more shy back then. And we created these coins to give to every single participant that comes to our event, so that we are, again, not creating a one-day festival. We are creating a shift in our culture to be more kind and of service to one another. So the token of award is going to be these coins that are engraved with an alphanumeric code on the back. that you will be able to enter into our website and track the acts of kindness as that coin passes from person to person to person. Your challenge at the end of the 5K will be to pay it forward, to take this coin and perform an act of random kindness for someone else. You'll give them the coin and tell them. They'll go ahead and enter that code into the system. It'll track the giver and the receiver. It'll track you and the next person anywhere around the world as it keeps passing from person to person. So next year, we'll be able to say, hey, from our event last year, we were able to generate, you were able to perform 1 million acts of random kindness, and we'll have that data. So we're really grateful to the Office Depot Foundation for sponsoring us this year, because those challenge coins have been on the shelf to bring out into the universe for a few years, and we're finally going to be able to do that this year, which I'm just really excited about. And the reason why I wanted to share on the awards is because we give out Spirit Awards, and the Park Spirit Cup Award, Carrie was our first recipient. And Carrie, just on Sunday, she's part of our Park Action team, and on Sunday she came. If you follow me on Instagram, MarlyQ, you'll see, I just posted it yesterday, a picture of a plaque with a big K on it. And it's not a plaque, it's a hand-carved, beautiful gift that was given to Carrie with a big K on it and with like ivory. This is like purple wood, no paint. I'm not doing any justice, I'm trying to go quickly, but it's a beautiful gift that was given to Carrie, was made for Carrie by her sister over a decade ago while Carrie was sick with breast cancer. She survived, and her sister unfortunately sadly passed away, and she's had this K plaque, if you will, by her bedside for over a decade. And maybe a week ago or two, she saw it and was inspired. Said, wow, the K is for kindness. And she was inspired to park and give us this beautiful gift. I'm still not over it, put it down. Give us this beautiful gift in order to hand down as a perpetual plaque. Her to hand it down to the next Park Spirit Cup winner, to the next winner, to the next winner, and this will be a traveling trophy. The K, and we've officially renamed it Carrie's Kindness Award. Thank you, Carrie, for that beautiful. Well, someone else has to present that award. I can't. I'm already too emotional about it. So, anyways, so that's really, really, really beautiful, and just another way that makes our event different, that makes our event really, really special. Okay, and these are just some of the activities that are going on throughout the day. These are some of our awesome pictures from our event. And like I said, the K stands for kindness over kilometers. And the challenge is to complete 5 acts of kindness before you cross the finish line. They'll be fun acts of kindness, right? So you know, you go to a 5K, and there's usually a water station. People drink their cup, and then they throw it on the ground. My blood boils. So we can have a whole line of, recycling bins and teach people to put it away in the recycling bin. Just one example of one of the acts of kindness. It'll be easy to do. So we'll have 5 of them, okay? So there's 5 ways to participate. You can start a team, which I encourage you all to start a team, to join a team. You can volunteer. Again, this event is totally ran by volunteers, or primarily ran by volunteers. We do have some, it's a professionally, I'm an event producer, so it's a professionally produced event, but it's ran by volunteers, the spirit of the event. You could be a promotional partner, right? So our friends here are saying, hey, you have access to 200 plus, nonprofits. You could be a promotional partner and spread the word to these nonprofits and these schools, right? That can benefit. And obviously, we could be a cash and in-kind partner. Okay. So I think now we're gonna. I think I answered all the questions that I could think of that you might have. The rest of the time that we have together is going to be for you to ask us questions. But before I turn it over to you guys, I just want to take a moment to really thank our partners that are making this possible for us to do. Certainly the Office Depot Foundation, today the Center for Social Change hosting us here, and again, One Payment, we really appreciate you making our breakfast happen. Would you like to share anything else with the folks, especially, particularly how you can help them raise money without them having to do much?
So this is the best part. You guys have nonprofits. Who has a nonprofit that collects donations? Right? How do you take your donations?
Anyway, you will take them.
Absolutely.
Anyway.
Absolutely. And so, being that we are First Data, yeah, so we're
checks and PayPal and credit cards.
So we're First Data. We're the largest in the country. We do more merchant processing than anybody in the world. Right? We hold about 75% of the market share. we collect the payments. So whether you know it or not, you're probably using First Data. If you use a bank and you take credit cards, you're using First Data. We work with 9 out of 10 banks in the country, out of the top 10. So if you're using PayPal right now, you pay 2.2%, 30 cents a transaction, probably 2.5, 2.2 if you're lucky, right? We cut your rates at just about half. We cut you about 40 or 50%. So we want to save the nonprofit as much money as possible, and we have everything you need in order to collect the donations in any way possible. Well, we want to offer you as many platforms to collect donations as possible, because once somebody's ready to make a payment, you want to see, okay, here it is, and take it the easiest way without causing problems. Right? So one, we want to lower your guys' rates. We believe that you guys you should keep as much money as possible in your pockets because you're a nonprofit. The goal is raising money. Let me give you a little background real quick. So Marley said we met at a bar. Right? I've been married, gosh, I'm going on 12 years. 10 years ago, I felt this urge to give to 100 kids. God put it in my heart. I mean, I work in youth ministry, right? I've been doing that for 10 years now. God put in my heart to give to 100 kids out of my own selfishness. I was feeling real selfish that year. I told my wife, I said, man, my nephews are coming in town. I didn't have kids at the time. I got one now. And I said, my nephews are coming. They were small. I said, let's buy like a bunch of dollar toys, and we'll get, a couple $100 worth, and we'll wrap them all. They're going to break them anyway. We'll stack them from the floor to the ceiling. We're going to have the greatest Christmas ever. They're going to be here at our house. She just gave me that look that wives give husbands when they're crazy. That, are you kidding me? And so that night, man, God just put it in my spirit that I was just being selfish. 2 kids that have everything. And you want to give them all this junk? So we put it in my heart to give to 100 kids. Then I told my wife that morning. And she gave me the look again. Like, are you crazy? But, man, I believe that all good things come from above, right? So God just in 3 weeks, that was December 1st. In 3 weeks, we raised enough money for not just 100 kids, but for an entire school. And the story that goes behind that, how that happened, is just amazing. But I had started this Christmas program. And so when we moved from Kansas City to Miami, who do I run into but Marley and Bert? And they're telling me about their nonprofit, and I'm telling them, well, I started one too. We had Faithful Home Services, and we're going back and forth. And as a matter of fact, that was the first time I got a coin. And I still have that coin because it wasn't being given out. I'm like, I'm going to keep this one. I already do acts of random kindness, but this is for me. And so anyway, we started talking. We had a great Christmas that year. This year we had another great one. And so my heart is with nonprofits. When I moved here, we started Faithful Home Services that does emergency home repairs for families in need. We do it free of charge. And the biggest thing that we ran into was fundraising. How do you raise money for a cause you feel so deeply about that nobody else wants to give to? But it's great, right? You're doing something for the community that nobody else is doing, but nobody wants to give. I was spending every day running around meeting with businesses, soliciting donations, trying to get people to do work, trying to get people to donate materials. Whatever we could get, I was trying to get. And I was being funded by our general contracting company. $500 a week in Miami does not cover the bills. Couldn't do it. So now I work with them, but I had to get a real job. Right? Our construction company just couldn't keep paying me to do nothing construction-wise, to do everything nonprofit-wise. So I really understood the difficulty of raising money, which is why I've been with this company for a little over a year now. When he approached me, my boss came to me and says, Max, you've been coaching this Christian baseball league. And we give free baseball to kids from the ages of 3 to 12. All we want to do is tell them about Jesus, and they get free baseball. Last year we had 362 kids. So it takes a lot of money. I didn't know my boss at the time was the director of this league. Now I'm the assistant director with him. But I didn't know what he did. And he said, Max, you need to come work for me. I work for a company called First Data. And I fund this league 100% through what we do in our company. And you'd be great at this. Well, what do? He says, well, I get people from our baseball teams and the local businesses to come on board with First Data. We cut their rates almost in half. And I'm like, what? He said, we cut all their processing rates. He said, but what we do as First Data, as our company here in Miami, is when we get a new account from a lead that's part of the program, we give back out of our pocket, out of our profits, to that charity or nonprofit or to our baseball program. And I said at the time, I was like, we can take this into different avenues. So now we're in schools, we're in churches, we're in nonprofits. Because this platform works, the structure that we've been giving is a great opportunity to raise money for your nonprofit. So all we ask is, one, if you're taking credit cards or not, doesn't matter. Let me be honest with you guys. that charities and nonprofits do not make us any money. Right? I'm not worried about making money off your guys' nonprofit. That's not the goal of this program. What we want in turn is we're going to cut your rates as low as possible, right? So that you keep most of your money. That's the easy part for us. What we want in turn is for you guys to give us your leads, the businesses you guys are working with, the companies that you know. And in turn, we're going to give back out of our profit into your nonprofit in the name of the business that we're using. So let's just say that you decided to send over Pablo's Restaurant, right? Well, you sent me Pablo's Restaurant, they sign up, and every month you're going to get a 10% recurring monthly donation to your nonprofit. This donation just isn't one time. Absolutely, I'll leave you guys business cards. Okay, so I'll leave you my business cards.
For 33 years.
Oh,
well, that's right. We brought Max here. You know, we just, as far as for our sponsors, so you know, we don't call our sponsors sponsors. Sponsors cut a check, and that's awesome. But we call our sponsors our partners, because we really partner up with people that are aligned with our mission to spread kindness and really empower philanthropy. So that's why we invited Max here today. Not just took his money and provided lunch. Actually, like, hey, come, meet them, share with everybody what you do, give them your business card, because it could be a really great and easy way to raise money for your organization without, you know, doing much other than referring business that you probably would anyway, because you're saving that company money, and they get to support you without taking money out of their own pocket. So thank you so much. I know I only have 15 minutes or so.
So let me get this done. So yeah, I'll leave you my business cards. If you guys need more information, just give me a call. My number's on there, and we'll go from there.
Perfect. Thank you so much. So who says you don't meet awesome people at a bar? Right? There's the story. There it is. So my friends, for the last 15 minutes or so that we have, the floor is absolutely yours to ask your questions. Please.
So let's say we, as a nonprofit, we start a team, but I'm not going to run it because I want to be there to, give out our information and take pictures and the social media and whatnot. Are there booths, tables?
Wonderful question. Thank you. So we have, at the event, we have limited real estate, right, space. And our goal is we're going to have well over 100 nonprofit organizations and schools and teams, right? So I quite literally can't provide booth space to everyone. But what we will do is award the top 10 nonprofits by September 1st. With the most participation, we'll award those nonprofits with a marketing table at the event. Okay? So
I'm sorry.
September 1st is our date. Is our benchmark date, if you will. We'll do that initiative. Thank you for that question. And the follow-up to, or the first part, so you can't do the 5K, you don't intend to, because you plan on working, the table and working your thing. Part of the reason why I didn't think of doing, the whole tent, table, and chairs for everyone, first for real estate, but also the fact that we really want everyone to participate. When you do your own 5K and you do your own events, what are you doing? You're running a fund, you're cooking, you're doing the thing, you're making it all happen. At our event, it's done for you. We focus on the event so that you can focus on your cause, you can focus on your people, you can focus on your team, on thanking your volunteers, thanking your staff, thanking your donors, thanking your clients. Invite the whole family, invite the whole community together so that you can be present with them and thank them for how they participate in your cause year-round. This is truly a celebration of philanthropy. It is a party. It is a festival. And we want you to participate. And we don't want people to feel that they have to work the event. If you do, you're going to work the event while you're walking the thing, taking pictures with your social media.
Let me ask you this. So you're going to award the top 10, and that's a great idea. Do you do any kind of goodie bag? Do you do any kind of, where there's opportunities for us to market ourselves? Do you do raffle prizes? Will you do
yes.
What other ways do we have to market ourselves?
Thank you. So yes to both of those. Yes, we will have goodie bags. They're sponsored by Office Depot Foundation. We will have to create some kind of guideline for what we can accept in the goodie bags, right? So that they're actual goodies and not just like pamphlets and materials. So there'll be some kind of guidelines for that. But really the goodie bags are reserved for our sponsors that are basically paying to put goodies in there. But I like the idea of offering the additional, kind of marketing opportunity for nonprofits there. So I'm going to bring that back to our board and see what we can do with that. What I don't want it to turn into is, nobody
No,
really
just
read it.
pamphlets. No,
Nobody
no,
really
no.
read it.
But like if there's hand sanitizers or,
Goodies, right?
race wipes, I don't know, whatever.
Exactly, that have your logo.
Things that will
Perfect.
be used.
Another way that you can create awareness and raise additional money at the event, not just the $20 that we give back, not just the additional donation that people can make, you can sell sponsorships for your team. You can have your own sponsors. We want you to use the 5K Park Fest as your own event. Now you have a world-class professionally produced event that you can sell to a sponsor. One that you don't have to plan. Doesn't get any better than that. And how can you give that sponsor value? And that check would go straight to you. That has nothing to do with us. But you could use our event. Because
So if we want to subsidize race shirts or something like that, we can have our own sponsor for our shirt. Because you guys don't do a race shirt, right? Or do you do?
We do.
For the $20 or a different thing?
No, correct. Thank you. Wonderful question. So the registration fee is $40. We give you the $20 that stays with 5K Park Fest, about $12 of that immediately goes into stuff that we give you right back. The t-shirt, the race bib, the coin. You know what I mean? So what else? The other award.
And it's like a regular t-shirt?
It's going to be a cotton
t-shirt. Okay.
Actually, we're looking to see if we can upgrade this year by year. Baby steps. No baby steps. Okay? But you as your own team.
No, it's okay, but that's why I asked, because if I can get a sponsor to give us a nicer race shirt, we'll still like your t-shirt.
Beautiful.
And
So you put their logo on the back.
Right.
You could also have a walking banner, right? So your whole team,
Yes.
you can have a banner, put your sponsor logos there. You can get really creative with ways you can sell sponsorships, and that money goes straight to you.
So the sponsorships that we sell, can I find where their logos would go on the website? Like, is there a park banner?
That's a great question. As a matter of fact, what you sell for your nonprofit is going to be independent from the event.
Right.
However, there is a way that you can basically bring a lead to Park Project if they do want their logo placed on the website, on shirts, on banners, and then we would take that sponsorship and we would split it with your nonprofit.
Right.
We haven't, it all depends on how it's done. Are we closing or you, it all depends on how it works, and then we will come up with a split that makes sense for
And
everybody.
would you let our organization have a link on your website?
Will you have your page? As a matter of fact.
What I'm saying is when, like, if all the participants, let's say you have, I don't know, you have a lot of, but do you list all the organizations that are racing for you? So is there a link to their website?
As a matter of fact, the way that it works is, when you start a team, it's like a Facebook page, basically. That you create. And so when you promote your
That's
page,
what you would have your sponsor.
Right.
Until you negotiate something else.
which actually, that's a great point.
That's why I was asking that question, because if you have a link from your website to ours or to our team or Facebook, we put our sponsor personal, and then, maybe that's the first time, and then the next time they can sponsor together, sponsor half you, sponsor half the race.
On your page, you will have a space to put a picture of your team, and in that picture, you could include your sponsor logos that you sold already. What's even really cool about it is that since you're going to have a page, and your page is going to be @PARKners/ wherever your nonprofit is, when you drive traffic to your team, you don't want them to go to @PARKners.com. You want them to go straight to @PARKners.com/ your team. That way, two things happen.
Right.
So
they don't get sidetracked.
They don't get sidetracked. That's the most important thing, especially in today's age. We want people to be as direct as possible. Nobody has time to be surfing a website.
No.
Especially
People get lost or they stop and they don't go. Like
They
when I get, if it takes too long to connect to the event, I'm like, forget it.
And so we know this. In our last 2 years, not that we had issues with it, but there's always 80-year-old grandma that's having an issue. And so this year's site, we kind of revamped it. We'll be launching it very soon. And this year's site is going to be that much more user-friendly. And so we have all nonprofits try to direct their traffic directly to their page to make it easier for you.
It'll be responsive on the mobile phone and everything. And one thing that I want to share, in order for you to be one of our benefiting causes in the event, I realize I didn't include a slide on that. You have to register as a benefiting cause. Okay? So before you can start your team, we have to make sure that you're one of our benefiting organizations. And it's a free, quick, and easy process to do so. As soon as our site is up, we'll be be able to, you'll be the first ones to know, so make sure that from today we have your contact information, which if everybody registered on Eventbrite, we do, but just in case you don't, just make sure that I get your contact so that you're the first ones to know. You'll register as a benefiting cause. All you need to do that is your EIN, your executive director's name, the address, who are we cutting the check out to, right? That type of information. We do our due diligence, we check, we qualify the organization, we approve you, and then you're gonna get an email that says, awesome, you're on board, go ahead and be the spark and start your team.
So my next question, do you have a promotional package like this, or can you, at least for me, for my fundraising committee, we meet next Wednesday, so I'm gonna present. Can you send me this PDF?
Something like this would help you?
Oh yeah, it would be even easier than a paper. I would love a promotional one because I want to go and see, we'll talk about it afterwards. But a lot of times the PDFs work better, so if you can send me that PDF, because it's got all the basic information.
It does, I tried.
You know, and
I miss a submit a cause.
And it shows your professionalism and everything, and then your sponsoring chair, you know, that kind of stuff.
Thank you. Yeah. Did you happen to see the ads?
No, just that she could show them the video, right?
Oh, the Periscope?
What, the Periscope of this meeting?
Yeah.
You can put your picture on it. You're very pretty.
Actually, that made me really uncomfortable that my picture was on the flyer for today, but we're like, we can put it on.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Okay, here I am. Okay, but anyhow, I think that's wonderful. More questions? Thoughts, ideas?
When people go to register, is there like different flag stations where they know where to go? Because since everybody's going to be kind of wearing the same thing, how would they know where their organization is?
Great
and
question.
could they register the day of?
Great question, both of them. So the event is a festival, right? So everybody gets there, we're all having a good time. The 5K part of it is at the end. You don't get your event t-shirt. It's like a souvenir, right? Like a take home. So not everybody's wearing the same thing. That's at first. And we don't have, I think we could maybe think of a way that all the teams can kind of know where to gather. But really the event space is pretty small, where at least last year we didn't have that challenge and we had about 80-something teams. Like, people congregate towards one another, you know, but there wasn't like a specific marker place, you know, where everybody meets. And then your other question.
We discourage, yeah, the same day.
Oh, the day of. Thank you.
And that's very important.
Very
The day of, and this is very important for all you nonprofits. The day of, nobody. I mean, your nonprofit does not get credit. Anybody that shows up the day of, number one, it's more expensive to register, and you will not get any credit for that individual. And the reason we do this is there's two very important reasons. Number one is we need to get registrations in as quickly and early as possible.
We actually might penalize you, like,
order
after
t-shirts,
September
we're going to do
1st.
our own shirts. So we have to have accountability. Nobody's going to overprint anything.
No,
It's very difficult.
We
have, and it's really, really, really costly, you know, and it's costly. So this year we're actually even considering, after September, our 6-year anniversary party might be September 8th or the 10th. We haven't decided the date just yet. But on that date, that's going to be kind of like our final, like, hurrah registration. And after that, we're going to charge a $10 late fee. So the registration fee will be $50 with no split to the nonprofit. We are hoping that this will incentivize people to register earlier. Okay. Thank you for that question.
That's very good.
Just a suggestion, maybe in order to recognize your nonprofit, they can have some kind of flag with a logo, like a representative of each nonprofit could have like a spot that they sit at with some kind of banner or something so that the team participants can, and even when they're doing the walk, they kind of.
So I'm going to bring that back to our team, because I'm not against that idea at all. I think it's a great idea. It's a matter of, okay, great, let's see if we can produce it for you with, you know, your logo, so that it all, I'm big on everything looking, you know, nice. Uniform. So I want to make sure that all the signs kind of make sense, but that would be an expense, and we'd be like, okay, great, if you want a team sign, it's going to be, you know, X amount, and the teams would have the option to purchase it. I like the idea. I just started like bubbling there to see what we can do to help everybody kind of have a marker.
Because some people are going to have big teams, some people.
And the parking, is it in a certain area?
Wonderful question as well.
Because what we can do is create, like, you know, if each
a meeting spot.
A team, a meeting spot, and like we say, we put a small flag with our logo or something, one of those just like you do for tailgating. Yeah, something that's simple and inexpensive.
Exactly.
Then we can have a meeting spot. It's almost like a tailgate. You come pick up your t-shirt. Logistically, I know there's normally you can mail out t-shirts, but when it's such a small group, I mean, if it's 50, 100 people, come pick it up. You could, we the volunteers could prepare the packages beforehand. The Hickey family, whatever it is, the so-and-so family, the Gonzalez family.
You can also do a pre-packet pickup.
Or pre-packet pickup, but it depends.
Since
Some
there's
people.
no day of registration that for your organization, they could just pick it up another day.
It's like the
So
logistics side, and if you can help with that,
with the distribution of that. So I've
or
got that.
help
I've got
with the
those-
ideas, what we should do, the guidance,
I like
because to me, I've never done a race like that. So I would want your guidance and see if, or anybody that wants to volunteer, I would love the suggestion.
No, I appreciate that. Both of those notes are, and they're, the brain's already bubbling for some kind of guidance.
Because
on
that's
that.
kind of logistic stuff that I hadn't even thought about yet.
The event space itself is, and we do it on purpose, we make it as compact as possible.
Sure.
And make it very festival and feel
Sure.
good. So finding your team and finding a spot to plop down and have your stuff wouldn't be difficult at all.
Okay.
And you'll definitely be visible.
Yeah.
It's a very comfortable event space. And as eventually there's a possibility we will grow out of that space. I don't know how we can work it, but right now it really fits what we're doing.
Where's the?
It's in historic Virginia Key Beach Park.
And let me answer your question about the parking. The parking is literally like right. So you pay $10 to get into the park for parking. So it's $10 flat rate to park all day, unless we get a parking sponsor. And 500 cars, $10. I need a sponsor. Putting that out there in the universe, because then I could offer free parking. I would love to offer free parking, but anyhow, it's $10 for the parking, and it's right in there, and you cross. And it's very convenient.
Valet places in the Gables and the Keys, maybe we can approach.
Okay.
Like standard parking. They run
Exactly.
in Miami, so let's
I
see
put
if
out
I can find a contact.
love a parking sponsor. It would make me very happy to say parking is free.
And there's one thing that's very important as well for our event is that the race actually goes through the parking area to a certain extent.
Sure.
So after 3:05, we close. There's no entry or exit of the park until the end of the race. And the race doesn't start until 4, so that's about an hour and a half to 2 hours of no
Everybody's
entry.
here.
How much
no
would the
exit.
sponsorship for parking be?
I have to calculate. I just kind of threw that out there. I know it's $10. I have to calculate how many cars or whatnot. But one very important thing to share with you: how else do we help you? Right? Grow your team. Right? Once you register your nonprofit organization and you've started your team, how many of us in this room already have experience with how to grow your team. Right? You do this all the time. But for those of you that don't, we have created a fundraising guide. Bert has created a fundraising guide. And this fundraising guide is packed with the marketing materials that you need to grow your team. So we have pre-written the emails for you to send, the initial one, the follow-up, the hey, what are you doing? You haven't answered my email, in both a formal voice and a casual kind of funny voice. Like, hey. So you pick your voice. We have email templates for you. We have social media posts for you to copy and paste and be able to just simply put your URL, your specific team URL, to drive traffic to your page.
Provide that to us when we register.
When you register.
And we provide it to every single member of your team when they register. That way they can make use of it as well.
Wow.
Correct. And in addition, because last year we did this, right? But what I realized, and this is what made me think about it, said, could we offer guidance along the way?
Yes.
So what I've done this year is be able to relieve myself of a lot of the event production kind of tasks so that I can focus more on teaching and coaching our nonprofits and our community of how to use this fundraising guide, how to really leverage and maximize the use of this event. So I am offering a special, exclusive only to our community of nonprofit participants, a coaching program for $197. I will walk you through this event, raising $5,000 or more if you follow the system that I teach you. So that's something new that I'm offering this year because I've had a ton of feedback last year with, we need you or we want you to coach us through this, to guide us through this, right? And I'll offer an inspiration and the motivation and kind of giving everybody different fundraising ideas and ways to make your team engaging and fun and creative and spirited, right? So I'm dedicating time to creating this coaching program, and it'll be audio downloads. So you'll have access to basically a resource library of information that I will pre-record for you, answering a lot of these frequently asked questions. So thank you for bringing that up, because I almost forgot to share that that's something new that I'm offering this year, and I think it's going to be really, really helpful to the teams in order to grow and really just leverage this event to the max. So I intend on launching that. We're actually going on vacation soon, which is why we've had a little bit of delay for those of you that do websites and technology things. Sometimes they don't really run on schedule. So we've been, oh yeah, no, I'm going to say that lightly as I can. I am being broadcasted. Yeah, but we really want to make sure, to us it's more important that when we release our site that it is not just functional, but that it really serves, you know, the purpose, and we don't have, you know, these glitches. We really want to be as thorough as possible with our testing, which is what we're doing, and we're going to be launching it soon. We've run into, timeline-wise, this little funky crunch, because Bert and I are leaving on vacation this Saturday for 2 weeks with our family, and I don't feel comfortable launching a site, and I can't go, I don't know about you, I can't disconnect mentally knowing we just launched a site, and like, people are, I can't do it. So we have to discuss, we actually have a board meeting this week before we leave to discuss the launch date of the site and how we're going to move forward with that, and when I'm launching this coaching program as well will be early July. Okay, so I'll keep you guys posted on both of those things.
Yeah, one thing, our phone number is on the back of these cards. We put a little, it's not a big stack. If you want more cards, we have more.
Yeah, if you want to take some to your...
Yeah. But if you do reach that number, and sometimes we have our interns or some of our volunteers pick up the phone, but if you do want to get in contact with us, they'll be more than happy to send us a message, and we will, you know, be able to answer any questions that you guys might have. Part of what we do is we try to be as accessible to help you guys. Your success is incredibly important to us, so we want to make sure you know that if you do reach out to us and you do call that number, that you can easily get a hold of us, and we'll be able to help you.
Absolutely, and we've created this event 100% for you, and this coaching program that I'm going to be doing is for you. So if you think of, or right now, you know, you think of other questions when you leave. I know at least for me, I'll be like, oh, I don't have any questions, and I'm like in the shower, I'm like, oh, I forgot to ask. If you're one of those like me, that's our number, or my email personally. I put it here on the last slide so that you have my information as well. And you can reach out to me in any way that you'd like. Share with me what would help you grow your team and really leverage this event to raise as much money and awareness for your cause as possible. And if it's within our power to do, to answer, to coach, to provide, we will. Okay? With that said, does anybody else have any other questions?
What about kids?
Thank you.
We don't have kids yet.
We don't have no children.
This is your kid.
This is the baby. Thank you very much. This is the baby. You have a question? Let me just answer this question, then I'm going to go to your question. Kids, thank you. I forgot about the kids. So we have a super special part of our event, which is called the Park Mini Run. The Park Mini Run is sponsored by Wendy's. Not sure if you guys know or not, but the founder of Wendy's is Dave Thomas. He has the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption. They learned about our awesome toy drive, which was for foster kids, and we just created this really wonderful partnership with Wendy's. This is our 3rd annual Park Mini Run with Wendy's on board. It's for kids 7 years and under, and it's one of my favorite parts of the event because the kids we treat the kids just like the adult participants. They get their t-shirt, they get their little bib, they get their coin, and they actually get little medals. We have little medals for the kids. My niece wakes up in the morning like, I'm going to win a medal today, so we give the kids a medal, you know, and they love it, so thank you. We have the Park Mini Run for the kids. We have a kids play zone with free face paint, bounce house, 7 years and under. It's always been 7 years and under. This year, I'm thinking of bringing it up to like 10 years and under, because we've had a few like bigger people we have to figure out.
Also, there's three things that you can register for, which is be a participant, a regular participant. You can be a virtual participant, which is where you can't make it to the event. You have a cousin that wants to support your nonprofit, and you know they're not going to be in town that day. A lot of people get discouraged by that. You can register as a virtual participant, and we mail them their
T-shirts, stuff, that's awesome.
And you could also be one of the kid participants. And then something that we're doing this year, since it's not a race anymore, I don't know if you guys have all played Words with Friends. This is one of our PARKtivities. Okay, but Words with Friends is like a Scrabble game, right?
Yeah.
And so our bibs this year are going to have letters on them. And so the purpose is to take pictures with, whether it's people from your own team or people from different teams, making up words. Hopefully kind words.
We were going to take out
I have a few college friends that love to play, so I'm going to send it to them.
And it'll have different points, so really the purpose is to facilitate kind of networking with other people, and you'll create kind words, take a picture, put it on social media, spread the word. Okay, you have a question? Back to you. Go ahead.
Oh, group pic, right?
Yes. So, Carrie would love a picture when we're right here.
I was already
Everybody with a
thinking that
thumbs up.
too, yeah.
Naomi is on it. We'll definitely take a picture. Yeah. Yeah. She's got it. We're gonna take a
we're
picture.
gonna do that, yeah.
Wherever you want.
Yeah, definitely. I was thinking a group picture for everyone here to put on social media. It's a really great turnout. And quickly, before you all go, I just wanted to make sure I made sure we checked in everyone who came and registered through Eventbrite. We have super simple surveys. If you would take like 2 minutes to fill it out. We want to hear what you thought about this event in particular, but it helps us improve our future programs. So if you can pass these around. Yeah.
I wanted to know if the kid zone is accessible and or friendly. Thank you.
All right. So, great question. So one of our partners is STARS Autism School, and this year I'm going to ask them specifically to help us with some kind of sensory-friendly activities for kids. I want to also find kind of a quiet space, which is difficult to do, but I will preface that. But I do want to find kind of a quiet space for any child that needs, you know, a little break somewhere. So that's very present in my mind.
Yeah, that's very
So if you look in the share,
She get around to the last two.
Usually for me it never works out like
So it's
really.
I can't say it's a like ADA friendly event, right?
Yeah,
You know, I don't know that the product itself is up to code, you know, but we try to make it accessible, right? The way that we place everything so that the tents are right up on the, you know, for the sidewalk, so somebody with a wheelchair can come right up to the, you know, to the tent. But it's a park, it's a natural, you know, environment. So as far as the course itself, I mean, Carrie will be able to tell you it's a bumpy road. But you can do it. She said she'll talk to you. So she can talk to you afterwards if you will. She said, well, right? I'm getting better. I got you. I got you. I do pretty good. Every once in a while, I have no clue, but I'm pretty good. And the marketing.
is there like a link that shows what the organization is about?
Great question. Guys, this is a really great question. The team pages all have a space for your logo if you want to put a logo or a team picture, right? Like people do better with faces, but if you want to put your logo, you put your logo there. And it also says our mission. So you get to write a little blurb about your mission statement for your organization, and also kind of like a pitch, if you will, like, hey, join my team, right? Because there might be other people that are looking at your page, so it's kind of like a call to action where, yes, you can write down what is your organization all about and why should people join your team. Yes. Thank you. You set your own fundraising goal when you register as well. So I always, you know, I think that every organization can raise $5,000 or more, especially if you follow, you know, the fundraising guide in the program. But you know, you can have your fundraising goal be $500. You can have it be $10,000 or more. You know, if you had your own 5K, you're going to want at least 500 people to come to your 5K. And if 500 people come to your event, it's a good turnout, but you've made no money. And it's probably not a professionally produced event, and you're running around not paying attention to anybody. So it's not a successful event. If you have 500 people come to our 5K Park Fest, virtual or live, you've raised $10,000 without having to plan anything, and have a good time. And look good to your organization because the event is a good event. So thank you for that.
I have a person to take a picture, so let's
Thank
come
you.
up.